You want to be with people who prioritize you. You want those people around you who prioritize you the way you prioritize them. And I know sometimes we can get caught up in wanting to help somebody so bad. I mean, we are like forerunners for their cause. And their cause could be whatever they're doing at that time. It could be their elevation towards anything. And you see that they need help. And so you step in with your cape, you step in to help them. And then there's no reciprocity to that. That is a problem because you will leave depleted. Trust me. Let's talk about it. This is Deanna, Inspired Perspectives, and we're here to talk about the prioritizing of people and what we can do, or what we do that sabotages our greatness and our energy. It zaps everything that we want for everyone. We want people to so badly succeed. And so we will step in with our cape. We step in ready to fight for them, ready to drive the forces towards their greatness. And guess what? You leave depleted. Because when you have prioritized them and they do not have it in them to prioritize you, that's where there's an imbalance in the friendship, the relationship, the family ties, the everything. It has to be reciprocity 100%. Now, people may not be able to give 100% in their down moments and their valley moments, but you know that they have it in them because when they're up, they're up. And they will do anything for others that others have done for them. And they don't mind giving reciprocity towards the things that they've done for others, or well, what others have done for them, excuse me. Because they understand that there's a cause and effect. When you put out comes back. People understand that. So those of us who are willing to step out there to help our friends, help our family, help, in any way, whether it's financial, whether it's your energy, your time, your prayers, your everything, you're doing these things because you want to see everyone in your circle, everyone that you love, everyone you care for to succeed. Why not we all get up? Why not we all unify in this and be up and doing great? And that iron sharpens iron kind of thing. Some people are so low they don't have the capacity to do what you do naturally, whether you're up or down. There are people, if you ever seen them on the streets, they have nothing, and whatever they can give, they give because they know what it feels like to be down. You have people who are down and won't give nothing. you know they won't give their time, their energy, their everything. I don't know if that's mental, I have no idea, but possibly some of it is a mental, because when they go down, they go all the way down and they don't see a way, they don't see the light anywhere. And there are those of us, and I will hope to think that there are a majority of us who are up in our spirit, even if we're down financially, even if we've lost our job, we've had to pivot, we've had to make moves and make changes that have altered how we normally do things. But we don't always let that affect us. We're like, hey, that's a moment in time. That's a learning lesson that we need to take and put in our hip pocket, put it at the forefront of our mind, and we take those lessons and we modify what we need to do in order to do better and be better in the earth. Why not help others even while we are going through a moment? And what I have learned in my years is that sometimes you're going to have to roll alone. Sometimes your journey is going to be alone until you meet those who are more like you, who are more in the mindset of being able to reciprocate what has been given. And if you can, when you meet those people, it's like the greatest thing ever. Anyone else that didn't do for you and did not prioritize you, you will no longer entertain those people. You will be asking questions from the jump. You will be watching intently how they move and how they do and how they give and how they receive. And if it's just take, and if it's nothing given, even if it's a word of encouragement, people don't know that that is such a priceless thing that you can do for an individual, is to pray for them, to give them a word of encouragement. I mean, truly, truly pray and truly, truly want them to succeed and want them to do better, want them to come out of their situation. And success is relative, It's not, what people have always coined success to be is, riding big yachts and having 5 houses and 10 cars and all those things. That's a level of success for some people, but some people is, I want to live in a decent house, in a beautiful home, in a nice neighborhood that is safe for me, my children, my cat, my dog, my everything, and people have a life of enjoyment, and people have their health, because your health is your wealth. And we are living a life of thriving and believing and knowing that this is what we deserve. This is the abundance of what I've always dreamt of, being able to send my kids to school if I can, being able to at least get them on the path to whatever they want to do without the hiccups in life. That to me is a level of success. Knowing that my lights can stay on, knowing that I can afford the car that I'm driving, knowing that I can pay off the house, not just live in the house is as if it's a death sentence, because some houses can look really to a lot of people like a money pit. But you want to know that you can pay the house off in 15 years or 10 years instead of 30. You're not a slave to that. You're not a debt slave. Like, these are levels of success that you can actually obtain. Definitely your health, knowing that you have that and you want people to do well and be well. And when you find those people who will send you little messages, I have a friend right now, one of my besties, when I was down on my situation, it was like she sent these little nuggets like, hey, you got this. You're my bestie. I can't wait to see you come up. I got you. Anything you need, I got you. And the thing about it is I do the same for her. And it didn't matter whether I was down or up. It was just that iron sharpening iron, making sis, you good? Are you good? You need anything? I mean, those things go a long way. If you don't have the money, I have the money. We all eating. You with me? We all eating. We all eating. Order what you want. I got you. You're not where you need to be. You're not where you. I know how hard you work. I know how dedicated you are. How much perseverance you have. How much resilience you have. And I know that you want the things in life that bring you joy. You want the things in life that cover your children, yourself, and your family. You want the things in life that I know, and you're working. I see you moving. I see you are in your discipline. Your works and how you do in your faith, all of that leaves breadcrumbs everywhere, so people know that if you're in a moment, they know you're going to get up. So when you meet those people who have been up and down, they know what success looks like. They know what it means to be in a valley moment of trying to figure it out and regroup, and those are your failures. Those are the things that maybe you have failed at, or something slipped, or the economy slipped. Some things are out of your control, but those things that are in your control, you need to control your controllables. All the things that you can handle that. And in that, you have people around you who are on the journey towards their success, on that journey. And if they're on that journey, they understand what that means when something changes and shifts, and when they have slipped into that valley moment. So they're willing to extend you, and they'll prioritize you in that moment. Now, this may be different from the prioritization most people are thinking about. Most people think about it in the form of relationships and intimate relationships. All this cut, copy, paste. If anyone that you are in love with, or you think you are in love with, or you think they love you that much, or not prioritizing you, trust me. Trust me, that's somebody you might need to check out from. That's somebody you need to separate from, because I'm going to tell you, if they didn't prioritize you from the beginning, or if they did just small amounts from the beginning, they have completely gaslit you into being in this relationship with them. That's not really a relationship. It is something to do. You may be a placeholder. You may be the placeholder for them sexually. That's why you need to keep your sexual, those things, the things that adults do, um, to yourself, and not extend that gift to anyone. You don't extend that gift to anyone at all. That is something that is earned through marriage. That is my belief. That is my understanding. And I think if people kind of modeled that understanding, a lot of heartache and a lot of pain and a lot of delusion and a lot of expectations of someone else will be completely let you wouldn't even have these issues anymore because people will have to come with their A game completely. So if anyone is not prioritizing you in that relationship, if you're already married and they're not prioritizing you and they never have, or they did it at the beginning, you that may be a point of contention in that relationship, because you should be submitting one unto the other and being able to give to the other what is needed, and making sure that that person, your person, is prioritized. The man prioritizes the woman prioritizes the man, and you're going to see a difference in that relationship, how it evolves into something really great and really wonderful. Because when you prioritize that relationship, you can see the love in that relationship, you can see the care in that relationship, you can see the concern, you can see all the things that you need to model in front of that, especially if you have children. Those things are going to matter, and it's going to matter to even the people who are watching you, who aspire to marriage, right? And they have a great, wonderful, loving, healthy example of what that looks like when when the spouses each prioritizes the other, making sure, checking in, making sure you're okay, baby, you're okay. Is everything good with you? Do you need something? You see how there's no different from that than a friendship, no different from that than your family connections, making sure you are okay. The reason why you up at a level in marriage is because that is the sacred connection and tie that is ordained by the Most High. So when that thing happened, it changes the dynamics in that so greatly that it's very spiritual. So that's the difference. But before the actual marriage day, before that, how you assess who a person is and why, and how they should show up, and not how they should show up, but if they're showing up in your life in the way that you know that you deserve, and that the person is going to be a good match for you. It's no different from your friendship. Your friendship should be similar to the one person that you decide to make your husband or wife. It should have a reflection, and if it's a reflection, then it is basically up to you to be the kind of person you need to be, the person that you need to be to in order to attract the right people around you. So therefore you entertain the right people. You entertain, you know who to pick out to entertain and who to marry, because it starts with us. It doesn't start with anybody outside. It doesn't start with anyone else. It starts with us. And if we are who we need to be within, we have prioritized ourselves in our lives before anyone else. So if we're not already that, then we can't for the life of anything to expect anyone else to be that way if we're not already that way. And therefore we will be able to have a level of discernment to bring people into our life that only embody that which allows for us to prioritize the other person. They understand that you don't have to pry and you don't have to pull teeth to get them to be something that they're not. You will already be investigating who they are to bring them into your life, because I'm going to tell you, it's nothing worse than having people around you that have been friends for 40, 30, 20 years, and they really don't prioritize the friendship. They don't prioritize you in a way of knowing that, just checking in and make sure you're okay. Or you decide to marry somebody and you haven't run a real checklist. People run superficial checklists when they come to their friendships, family connections, even, because just because your blood doesn't mean you guys are going, or are a match as far as friendships within the family unit. And I mean, when I'm talking about family unit, I'm talking about the overall family, cousins, grandparents, everybody, right? And you have a level of respect for them and a care for them and a love for them, but sometimes you don't, doesn't mean you're supposed to be friends, doesn't mean you have that closeness always, right? Because you don't always see things eye to eye, and you're not on the same path and the same journey or similar journey going in the same direction. But in your love relationships, your intimate relationships that lead to marriage, you need to also be testing that as well. You're talking about making sure people prioritize you. My goodness, it is the worst thing not to have that in a love relationship and something that intimate that can lead to marriage. It is serious, and you hope that person is going to change. They will not change. They will not change. They are who they are, and as good as they may look, as delicious as they may look, they may not be the one. And those things, to me, some things are just earned, and people are giving themselves away physically. Okay, the things that adults do without being certain that these people, like knowing that these people are people who prioritize the people around them, right? They prioritize themselves, meaning their health. They prioritize how they look when they walk out that before they walk out the house. They prioritize how they eat. They prioritize how they give and love the people around them. These are things, intrinsic values that we need to be paying attention to when we're talking about, you know, prioritizing anyone in our lives. We have to make sure in prioritizing other people above ourselves and above the Most High. If we are not in alignment for the things that's going to give us everything we deserve and everything we want. I mean, everything I know I need and I know I deserve and I know that I want is the abundance that the Most High has given me. I want everything that He has for me. And if anything lacks be below that, I don't want it. I don't want it. Keep it. Keep it for yourself. So make sure, do your checklist of prioritizing, making sure people are prioritizing you before you go do a deep dive into saying that this is your bestie and these are your friends and these are your ace, your person who's down with you for like 4 flat tires. Assess that. Assess that. Make sure before you walk down the aisle and say I do, or even before the person even proposes or you propose to the person, that they are in alignment with everything that you know that you've checked in with the Most High and making sure that they are everything that they're supposed to be and everything that's going to really bring the relationship to everything it needs to be and under the Most High and everything you know that will make that relationship thrive and show love and demonstrate love, because people need that demonstration of true love, true connection, true friendship in all relationships. It doesn't matter, but it's going to start with you prioritizing yourself over anyone else, prioritizing the Most High over anyone else. And He will bring the people in front of you that need to be in your life to help you elevate even higher. This is Deanna Inspires. This is Inspired Perspectives. Thank you for watching my channel, looking at my video. There's more videos somewhere here. It's going to be up here somewhere. And, I want to see your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Let's discuss. Let's talk about it. Have a great day. Stay strong, my people. Endure to the end.